Hi there and welcome to Mr. Fisher's Biology Podcast. Our next podcast deals with ADP, ATP, and cellular respiration. So let's first look at ATP. ATP is the energy currency used by all cells. ATP is a molecule, adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is an organic molecule that contains high energy phosphate bonds. So this is the chemical structure of ATP. A couple things to note. ATP has a ribose sugar. It has a nitrogen base, and it's adenine. And it's got these three phosphate groups. So ATP, what does it do for us? ATP supplies our body with energy. And how do we get energy from ATP? Basically, we break the high energy bonds between the last two phosphates. So if this is our ATP molecule, by breaking this bond here, we release energy, and we also form ADP plus, we're left over with the phosphate. So how does this happen? Well, there's an enzyme that's involved in this process, and that enzyme is known as ATPase. Now, how is ATP remade? Well, we take the reverse of the process and we use another enzyme, and in this case that enzyme is ATP synthase. So this is the ADP-ATP cycle, and let's go over it just as a quick review. So we start with an ATP molecule. An ATP molecule is broken down by ATPase. It releases energy, and we're left with ADP plus this inorganic phosphate. We can remake them, and remember the enzyme involved to do that is ATP synthase. ATP synthase requires energy, and we get that energy from the food that we eat, and that reforms ATP. Now, ATP is made in the body during a process called cellular respiration, and cellular respiration takes place in both plants and animals. So this concludes our short podcast on ADP and ATP. The next podcast will deal specifically with cellular respiration, and I hope that was helpful.